Hello, hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Whoa, the chat just popped up and it was like a wall of text because we were
Whoa.
talking beforehand. Welcome, welcome. Um, and welcome to Hen over audio. Um, Yay, Hen. Big welcome.
Hello.
And it looks like we've got Deb and Scott so far in the chat. I'm sure a few more will trundle along as we get started. Um,
Two of my favorite people.
yes, yes, for sure. Friends of the stream. You notice I'm maybe a little bit darker with my lighting tonight. Just to let you know, I've got a bit of a headache, so I just didn't want the really bright light right in my face. So it's all good. It's
Right.
all good. We'll
Emo
persevere.
Jenna tonight.
Yes, low light Jenna.
It's like dark Karma, but dark Jenna.
I can turn it down further. We can go darker. Oh no, actually that is the
I
lowest
can't
setting.
I can't see you because I'm not watching the stream,
Oh,
so I
fair.
actually have no
It's not
opinion
that
about it.
bad. It's not
So
that bad. Oh, Noel's
okay.
here. Hey Noel, welcome on in.
Oh,
So before we get chatting, let me pick my hand. Let's see what we've got. And no go round one, which is always a bit spicy. Definitely gonna go for that. Oh, we've got FD Henneberg. Being a bedtime criminal.
hey.
Well, I don't know. I feel like headaches happen to me no matter what I do. I'm kind of cursed. Recently, this week, bought a little journal and I'm starting a headache journal so that my doctor can stop like gaslighting me about my headaches. So we're gonna keep the receipts. It's gonna be like what severity, like out of 10, and like when did it start and how long did it go for, and what did I try to get rid of it, and did that work or not? And it's gonna be intense. We're gonna write it down.
It's the other
Um,
Henny. I'm Henry and FD is Henny.
January. That's cute. Very cool. Alrighty, looking at my starting hand. Yeah, I feel like this magpie would be cute. Um, don't really have the best of wetland options. Could chuck the nightingale in there and be all Oprah about it. Yeah, maybe
I
let's
guess
do
I
that.
probably do need the stream up, huh? Because I can't even see your. Hold on.
You need to take better advantage of the information I'm giving you in order to crush me more efficiently.
I mean, we know how I play when I'm chatting, so I wouldn't be worried about that if I were you.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, let's do a bit of that. Seems good to me. Passing it along. And yes, for those who haven't been told yet, we're playing with G Trudat, and with Deb, who is here. She's allowed to be here. It's all good. Yes, festive vibes, but maybe just a little bit of responsible nightingale fooding. Um, but yes, we're going to be talking to Hen about books this stream. We sort of did music last stream, but moving right along to talking about some of our favourite books. And Hen put together a questionnaire that I went through and gave some answers to. That was quick.
Dude, and people should answer in the chat too what theirs is
Yeah,
if
I
they can.
posted the questions in the stream description. So, yeah, feel free to play along or maybe answer them afterwards. I've got my
Yeah,
answers posted in the streams thread in the media channel if somebody wants to have a sneak peek.
if people are watching VOD, please put your answers in like a comment too,
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah,
I'll come back
comment with
and chat
answers for sure.
with you.
We'd love to hear.
Yeah.
Definitely. And starting us off, Hen did have some questions about adaptations at the end, and I know that we both have strong opinions on how some of our favourite books, or even just some of books that we like, have been adapted. So I kind of skipped those questions because I felt that that was a whole other thing to get into.
Oh, they're kind of
Um,
worm.
but Hen said that she recently was watching a movie, literally yesterday. Did you say? Um,
Yeah, literally like in the wee hours of the morning. I was like, oh. my Oxford year. I have that book. I just haven't read it. And I was like, I believe strongly that you should watch adaptations first and then read the book
Mm.
because that is the only way that you will like both.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the book and then you watch the adaptation, you will almost never like the adaptation. So I don't believe in that.
Okay.
Um,
I see where you're going with that. I think I can enjoy it both ways. But I am also very forgiving when it comes to adaptation. So I'm
okay.
not
See,
really a believer in the film or the TV series needing to be very faithful. I believe they
yeah.
should have the freedom to do their own thing. So yeah.
I, I can read the book first, but I need a little space in
Mm.
between like watching something. Because otherwise, it's just like you're going. I feel like you need to go from like less detail to more detail. So like I like it when I watch an adaptation and then I'm like, oh, that was really good. I'm gonna read the book now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, this adaptation was so bad. So bad. I was literally like, I couldn't think of something that was the worst adaptation before this, but I was like, this has to be it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it made me not want to read the book, first of all. And then also, I was like, what did you guys spend your budget on? I think it was just music and the location, because I think they actually did film in Oxford potentially.
Right.
And then the music, there's like so many bangers. I was like, how much money did this cost? Like, clearly you weren't spending it on your actors or the script.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Well, I'm not
outrageous.
familiar with either, so yeah, I can't really comment on that one. But maybe I'll look into it. You said the book's good. Did you listen to the audiobook or did you physically read it?
No, no, I actually haven't read it
Oh, you
yet.
haven't read it. Okay, right.
The movie made me not want to read it. I was like, maybe I should get rid of this book. Like,
Oh,
that's how bad
sorry.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my half asleep brain. I should have taken a nap, really.
Oh no, you're
Hello,
fine.
Odin. What you doing, buddy?
I'm gonna do a dangerous play here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
let's have a
let's do
look.
it.
What are the opening moves happening here? Oh yeah,
I'm
we've got a great
playing
tip
the
from G.
platypus
Oh,
card.
we got
So,
Fairy Pengu. Fairy Pengu from Deb. And the
ooh,
oh, okay. Right, right. Um I that's probably a good time to play it because there's not a lot that I really want to get rid of. I mean I will,
oh
but
no. There's love in the chat for the movie that I hated. Sorry, y'all.
fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, let's get rid of some stuff. Let's be brutal. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, they can go.
Uh, um,
I don't
yeah,
know if that was.
I'm gonna dare to do a nest type bonus card with mechanical engineer.
Yeah, I feel like if you do stars, you
It can
can
work. It can
hopefully.
work. Yeah. Cat hype. Yeah. Oh, Odie, where are you? Oh, hey, darling. Call me out. We want proof of life. Let's.
Oh my god.
Hello.
The way you left it, your mechanical engineer just bouncing.
Yeah. I
Hilarious.
was like, stop bouncing. Hello. Mwah. Your big feet. Look at those big feet. I swear his like back feet are getting longer as he gets older. It's like how old men have like really big ears and noses. Oh, you smell like
Just
munchies.
his
You
teeth
like
are growing.
eating. Oh, that's good. Good boy. Hmm. Good boy. Pop down. Oh. All right. What's going on here? That will be caching. I always forget which one's tucking and which one's caching out of the penguin and the noddy. But it's penguin's the cacher. You know what I mean? Like,
Penguin's a good one. I feel like Naughty is. I mean, I feel like if you're playing naughty, you just got to realize it's 9 points, and anything you get on top of that is like a bonus.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Nobody's tucking yet, but I feel like 4 player, somebody's bound to tuck at some time, right?
for sure.
Let's do it. But yeah, adaptations, definitely strong feelings on that. And one of my favorite courses I took at uni was about adaptation, and I got very high marks because I tried really hard because I was really interested, and it tends to work that way with
Yeah,
me
I mean,
and things like
there.
that.
I feel like most adaptations I can at least appreciate. I just really hated that one.
That I ever wrote. I must have a copy of it somewhere where I basically pointed out that the 1995 Pride and Prejudice was basically the equivalent. I quoted somebody who pointed this out, but I definitely backed it up with my own argument that the Colin Firth Pride and Prejudice was like the equivalent of doing a paint by numbers, like that they just did it scene by scene by scene by scene. And that's one of the things that I
Oh,
don't like about that adaptation is that it's just it's too long. It's too long, and there's so much that you could have cut out of that, and it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work for me in terms of. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
it's
that's all I'm
it's
gonna say.
tricky though because I feel like the 95 one, or I mean the 2005 cut out too much. It was,
Sure, maybe just a tad, but
yeah,
anyway,
like the time they spend at Pemberley is like not long enough. It's like 2 seconds.
fair. All right, we've got
Do you
some
want to
stuff
hear my? Do
highlighted.
you want to? While we're speaking adaptations, do you want to hear real quickly what my favorite are? Because I have three.
All right, give it to me.
I couldn't narrow it down further because they're all perfect movies and they're all better than their source material. So here we go. My favorite movie is Arrival and it's based on a short story
Good
by Ted
movie,
Chiang.
good film.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't think about that. To the source material to that. Maybe I should look that up.
yeah, it's pretty different. And then Sense and Sensibility, the Ang Lee version. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's directed by Ang Lee and written by Emma Thompson, so like, I mean, it's elevated.
Mm-hmm.
The book is okay.
Very
The
good. Very
movie is
good.
great. And then Far from the Madding Crowd with can't think of her name. Um she's a good actress
Wasn't
though.
Carrie Mulligan? Was it? No, no, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
Carrie
It
Mulligan.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually haven't seen it. I
she's
feel
favorite.
like it's been on my list for ages.
It's beautiful. I mean, and also I liked the book, but it really kind of stepped it up. But it's a really pretty movie.
Okay.
And Carrie Mulligan is great in it.
Oh, she's good in
And I
everything.
think
She's so good.
yeah, she's so good. Ooh, fishy.
Um, what else was I going to say? Yeah. Well, I guess starting at the top of our questionnaire. Sorry, my mechanical engineer's jumping again. What are you currently reading to start off with?
Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit because I finished a book yesterday,
Yeah, you
so
can include that for sure.
I'm gonna count that. Hold on, I gotta look up the title though, because I don't remember titles very well off the top of my head. Okay, I just finished The Incandescent by Emily Tesh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a fantasy boarding school novel, but it's not based on the kids. It's based on one of the like headmistresses who's like in charge of the magical like security.
Right.
So that
Okay.
was kind of like a fun take on the boarding school situation, which I love a boarding school novel. So,
Yeah, that's interesting. Is it like young adult or is it like a
no, I don't think so.
romantasy? I guess it's looking like.
Not really.
No.
It's really fantasy with like a slight romantic
Okay.
subplot.
Cool.
It is queer though, because the main character is bisexual,
Mm-hmm.
so that was fun.
Okay.
And
Yeah, interesting.
just like battling. It reminded me a lot of the series, but like not as good. I mean, the Follow Man series is really good, so
Yeah, it
that's
looks
still
like
happening.
Emily Tash is pretty acclaimed. Says she's won a Hugo and some other awards. So yeah, full respect. I have to look into
One
that.
of her other one of her other books that I can't remember the name of, but it's got like a woman on the cover and kind of like a galaxies. I don't know, a galaxy, but oh my God, crickets! Like I must be cuddled immediately.
Oh,
So,
sweetheart.
um, hold on, let me take my turn. But yeah, her other book was better, I think, even. But this one was good. It was fun. It was a fun hang.
Yeah, cool. And I suppose that kind of leads into one of my additions to the questionnaire. If we're just going to go in a really chaotic order, is do you prefer physical books or like audiobooks or ebooks, or what sort of format do you generally read in? Thank you for the Karamarko, by the
Um,
way. Appreciate that.
you're welcome. I sent it to you because I was like, this will be funny if it pops up on.
Fair enough. We'll go with Cooker. In celebration of my dad sent me some photos that he took of a kookaburra while he was on a trip recently. That was cute. I was like,
Oh
you
yeah,
must
I
send
did
those
see
to
this.
me so I can post them in my little bird game Discord. And he was just like, I don't know what any of those words mean, but okay.
Dude, I'm behind on the chat. Okay. Yeah, Colin Firth is really hot in that adaptation. Like he
Yeah,
is a
and I mean,
good looking
I
man
don't
in that.
dispute that. I think the casting was really good, but I just didn't really like the way it was written. I didn't
Yeah.
think it suited. Um, but you know, it is one of the most beloved adaptations of any Austen, so I suppose I'm not not with the majority on that one. I don't think.
And then Scott says Emma Thompson is God tier. I only know that film because of the noise she makes. I will, yeah, that's like an iconic scene for sure.
Mm.
Your wife flags off Hugh Grant though. Like, I think he's great in that movie. But I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
is. Although I also, I think I might prefer Dan Stevens as Edward Ferrars, though. Yeah, I don't know. Something. Hmm, I don't know.
I like both.
Hugh
I
Grant
think both
plays
are
him as a
great.
very Hugh Grant kind of
Yeah,
generic character. So I think there was a bit more
it
complexity
works
there
for
that
like the
Dan Stevens
character
gave to
though,
it.
just because.
Yeah, I mean it suited, but
Yeah, it suits him. But also, the guy who plays Colonel Brandon, what's his name that died?
Snape.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alan
brain.
Rickman. Alan
Alan
Rickman.
Rickman. Yeah,
Alan
yeah, yeah.
Rickman. This is just gonna be a stream of like, what's that
What's
title? Who's
that?
that person?
What are we doing? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've become my mother. Oh my god,
Oh no.
it's okay.
Um. Actually, I should have taken the worm. Can I go back?
Yeah, you can
Can I go back? Oh,
if you haven't. Well,
hang on. Let's try. Let's try.
wait, you didn't tell us what you were reading. We can't move on until you tell.
That's right. No, I'm just messing up my food gainers. Hang on. Oh, it was a choice between a rat and a fish. Okay, well I'll take the fish then. That's fine. And I'll take a wormy boy. Everyone enjoy your wormage. Yeah, I'm currently reading. I was feeling kind of crappy. When was it? It must have been Wednesday. And I had to clean the house because my dad, well, I didn't have to, but my dad was coming to dinner and I felt like the house was a mess. And I have great social shame about how clean my house is when literally anybody's coming over. Although my parents,
Mhm.
like, I know that they would be kind of fine, but also I feel like my parents come over and they kind of assess the state of the house and link it to how well I'm doing.
Oh no,
So it's like, must not be
awkward.
messy because I need my dad to know that I'm doing okay.
Oh my god.
um, so anyway, I had to clean up the house and I wanted something to listen to that I mean I always just like reach for a reread, just always. And
Uh-huh.
audiobooks are my thing and have been for a couple of years now. So I reached for a comfort one, which is The Martian by Andy Weir, as read by Will Wheaton, who is, Trek, um, my boy. And some people don't like him as an audiobook narrator because he, like what I sort of said about Hugh Grant, is that Hugh Grant tends to play very
Yeah, he's always Will
generic
Wheaton.
Hugh Grant. And yeah, Will Wheaton kind of does that same thing. Like he kind of reads an audiobook and you can kind of get the sense that it's just him. But
Yeah.
I enjoy that, and I think it suits the character that he narrates and the style of book that The Martian is. So, and I like Will Wheaton, so it doesn't really bother me anyway. So,
Peachy's here. Hi,
oh hey
Peachy.
Peachy, hello hello, welcome on in.
Yeah, I unfortunately am a Will Wheaton audiobook narrator hater.
That's okay.
Not hater, but I just struggle with his narration.
To each their own. That's fine. So yeah, I put
I'm
that on
also
because I something about that. I enjoy the technical sort of
the
language, but
babble.
also the humor in it and the first person. And yeah, I don't know, it tickles me and I enjoy listening to it. So I put that on, and I'm probably going to finish it just because I really like. I like the book, and if we're going to touch on adaptations as well, I quite like the film as well. I thought it was well done.
I need to watch the film because
Yeah,
I really didn't like the book, but I think I'll like the film.
yeah, I think you would. Yeah, I think they injected a bit more accessibility, I guess, into it. If the kind of technical, kind of sciencey side of it isn't your thing, they kind of toned that down, as you would imagine, for the
That
setting.
actually wasn't my issue because I read other stuff that's more technical. It was more that I could tell that it was self-published and hadn't been through like a rigorous editing process.
Okay, fair enough.
It felt a little bit too, it needed to be streamlined, let's put it that way. So
All
I
right.
feel like the movie would do that probably.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think it probably does. That's fair. Uh, that
I love that Honky Fergie has caught on. That cracks me up.
honky,
Honky.
honky. That's cute. Um, so yeah, I'm rereading that, and the other one that I'm listening to slash reading is still going with the Murderbot series that you mentioned a few weeks back. So I've been kind of tearing through that. Um, I've
Yeah, that's a
hit
fun
the
series.
first of the longer ones, which is Network Effect, and I've sort of,
Okay.
I wouldn't say lost interest, but I kind of lost a bit of steam when I hit
Mm-hmm.
that one. The pacing of it is, I mean, obviously
Different.
slower because of it being kind of, it's about 12 hours rather than the others, which are sort of two and a half, three, four. So yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I wasn't paying enough attention at the first kind of few chapters of the book, and I kind of lost a bit of a sense of what was going on. So I might need to restart it.
I admit I've only read, okay, Peach asked what book we were talking about. First we were talking about The Martian, now we're talking about the Murderbot series.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I read the first, holy crap, I just pulled a Morning Dove. That's exciting for my engine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I've
that
got a
penguin's
catbird
popping
too.
off. Deb will be happy with that. And we got a wedgie in the game for G.
Penguin,
Okay. Wedgie might give my goldfinch some love, perhaps.
perhaps. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm reading at the minute. I think I've put aside the ancient Rome book.
Oh, it's
I've read
not
sort
doing
of
that.
about half of it, and I mean, I suppose I went off it for the fact that I put it aside, but I wouldn't dismiss the possibility that I'll go back to it at some point. I just kind of was on a real ancient Rome thing for a couple of weeks, and then that kind of melted away, as sometimes does with a hyperfixation. I suppose this is more of a lowercase h hyperfixation, a no cap, as the kids say.
I feel like if a book isn't holding your attention, that's just a sign that it's not the right time to read it.
hang on. Bit of a waste of a day, unfortunately, but all good.
Yeah, what's going on, Scott? Some days you gotta rock. Somebody should put that on a t-shirt.
I mean, I am definitely a advocate of that. All right, let's put the jungle fowl down. Let's accelerate slightly and get some eggs happening. 1, 2. I get that down, it'll be 3. Oh, could I get those 3 down? Questions. 1, 2, 3. I've got 6 turns. I'd get. Just trying to work out if this golden eye is worth it. I don't know.
Holy crap! You weren't kidding about that penguin.
Don't kid around.
Also, with the carrion crow, I feel like she might be crushing us right now.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential. Depends what else she's got in her hand. What she's got up her chaos sleeve. Oh, well that's exciting, Scott. Jenna always stands on business. I'm not sure I know what that means, Paige. So basically, I have to spend my whole day not being able to commit to anything in case I got the reply. Yeah, that sucks when you're kind of hanging around. Yeah.
That's like a ADHD trap right there.
What's the plan here? Do I want any of these? I do not. Oh, little awkward boy. Ash Tip's quite nice as well, actually.
Yeah, I can't even like waiting for a kid to come. That's like next level waiting. That feels like waiting for summer vacation times like 50.
Oh, right, Peach, I get you. Sure. Yeah. I feel like waiting for a baby would just be a total head fuck because it's like your life's gonna. I mean, the control freak in me would, like, if I was ever to have a child, I would definitely get it. What's the word? Put on a schedule. Which is why I'm not having children, because I am a control freak and I would want structure and plans, and children do not, to my knowledge, tend to work that way.
Not really, I don't think.
No, not really. I don't even know what my plan is. I don't know what the plan is.
Play some birds.
What's the plan? Yeah, I guess we're gonna play some birds.
Just play as many as you can, as quickly as you can.
It's a bit dangerous to give Deb a rat, maybe, but have a rat.
You should put that golden eye down.
Oh, it's gonna bug me. What's the word I'm looking for? When they make a baby come on a certain day, they
Induce?
Induce, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Hey, you gotta play that Korimaka. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Did I keep it? Oh yeah, I do still have it. I mean, it's a cup nest. It's a cup nest.
That's true. It is a cup nest.
Oops, you'd hate it. Induction. Fun. All right, well, looking down our list, we're losing track of our list. We're just chatting away, which isn't a bad thing. Favorite book from early childhood. What's the answer there?
I went with Many Moons, which is like it's a Caldecott winner, but I feel like nobody's ever heard of it.
Many
And
Moons.
it's about this like princess who's sick who wants someone to bring her the moon to feel better.
Oh.
It's really cute.
That's very cute. I think I have a
Yeah.
pretty well-known one. Oh, that is a
What's
really cute
yours?
looking book. Nice. I went with the Teddy Bear's Picnic because I have very
Oh, I
fond
don't know
memories
that
of my
one.
mum seeing that to me when I was a kid and like flicking over the pages.
Oh,
This particular edition kind of stuck with me, and when my brother and my sister-in-law were having my nephew, I found the same edition secondhand and got that for them. So I was quite proud of that. And yeah. So the tagline of the stream is in reference to that. It's if you go down to the woods today, it's for a big surprise. For every bear that ever there was gathered there for certain because. And picnic time for teddy bears, the little teddy bears. Yeah, the idea.
wait, how do you know a song with a book? Is there?
Um, well,
Oh,
that's a good question. And my childhood brain perhaps didn't know the answer to that. But I think that's one that like you could get the book as like a sing along and you would like press the button and you would like sing along with it.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not old enough probably for this, but when I was a kid, we had like a record that would come with it. So
Oh, cute.
you'd pop the little record on the record player and listen to it.
I definitely had some of those. Yeah. CDs generally, not records or tapes. Or maybe some tapes. I don't
Hi,
know.
honey. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, see you later, FT. Catcha. So yeah, short answer to that. The teddy bear's picnic. And yeah, just makes me think of my mum, which is very cute. Um,
That's cute. I've actually never heard of that book, so I'm
oh
gonna look it
really?
up
You've never
later.
heard the teddy bear's picnic? Wow. Uh,
No.
maybe it's an English thing.
Yeah, maybe it's
We'll
not
have to
as
poll
big
the
in
chat.
America.
Hang on, we can do that. Start a
Hey, Alex
poll.
is here.
Have you heard of
Hey, Alex. How's it going?
Teddy Bear's Picnic children's book
That
slash
looks really cute though. I'm like Googling some of the artwork people have done around it.
There you go, polls up. Yeah, I mean it's quite possible that it was picked by my mum because she was born in England and maybe that was part of like her childhood as well. Maybe it's been a generational thing. Hey Alex, oh, come on in. What did you do on the Tuesday stream to Hen? I need to know.
I don't I don't know if I know this. Do I know
I don't know.
this? Is this
But while they're answering that, I suppose I'll roll on into some favourite books from. I mean, you said grade school, which we call primary school here in Australia.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like, I hope she knows what I mean.
I gathered what you meant, like early school, I suppose. Um,
I was like so confused in that book that I just read because it was like talking about sixth form, but I knew that wasn't like sixth grade because they were like almost 18.
oh
And
right.
then, but
Yeah,
then
we
they were
just
talking
do
about like,
like reception, and then reception's your first year of school, and then we do grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we call them years, so it's like year 1, year 2, year 7. Generally, year 8 is when you go to high school. So high school's like year 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Year 12 is kind of your
Mhm.
um, like senior year, I suppose, with all the exams and things. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, it was just like really confusing in that book because like sixth form, like you're going younger, and then I don't know. Anyway, I was on Google like half the time just trying to figure out how old these people I was reading about were.
fair enough. I was going to play a bird, but I couldn't resist the nectar and the feeder, so we're doing that. Yes, no, maybe. I believe is hen. Could be wrong with that.
don't know this yes, no, maybe person.
So yeah, some of my favorite books from primary school. I suppose I started quite young, and then I went sort of a little bit older. I just listed a bunch of book series. I suppose starting with Matilda by Roald Dahl was one of my favorites.
Oh
I
yeah.
used to say that was my favorite book when I was a kid, and I think that sort of holds true. Um,
I
and
haven't read it in a long time, but it probably still holds up, I feel like.
yeah, I
I
think it
mean,
does. I need to look into the musical more because I actually haven't seen it, haven't listened to it, etc. And I like musicals, so and I like Tim Minchin, so definitely need to tap into that. And Enid Blyton, have you heard of her? She's a really what's that word? Prolific children's book author, but like a few generations back in the UK. And she wrote things like, if you've ever heard of the famous Five, The Secret
mm-mm.
Seven. She did a
I've
book
heard
called The
of
Magic
Enid
Five
Blyton, but
Trilogy. Yeah,
I
just a
don't
lot
know
of those
the
like real.
actual title.
Oh, have you ever heard of Noddy? Noddy was a TV series for a while. I mean,
Uh-uh.
this is back when Australian media was very looking more towards the UK than what it is now, which is more towards the US. And so we had things like Noddy and Postman Pat and Fireman Sam and just a lot of UK, like Thomas the Tank Engine, just a lot of stuff coming out of
Sure.
the UK in terms of children's programming. So Scott
And now
Scott
it's
Scott
funny
knows what
because
I'm on
like
about.
American kids are all like Peppa Pig and Bluey.
Yeah.
So like
So
opposite.
yeah, Enid Blyton is a pretty iconic British children's author, but like really, probably a lot of her stuff is slightly problematic these days. Like you wouldn't want to overanalyze it, and it's probably not the most appropriate thing to be giving kids anymore. Maybe, I don't know. I would need to
Yeah.
revisit.
Oh,
Uh, and what else do I have on my list? Oh, this is an American one, so you might have heard of this. Trixie Belden.
uh-uh. No,
No?
never heard
Okay.
of it.
Well, it's kind of in the same vein as like Harriet the Spy, I suppose. Um,
Oh, okay. I did love Harriet the
yeah,
Spy.
like
Jay.
kids sort of
Jay.
mystery stuff. Hey Jay. But that was a series that my mum was really into, and she bought me a couple, and we got really into them. So it was quite cute.
Have you heard of the Westing game? It's a little bit more of like a older, like, I don't know, like around 10 would be like a good age to read that. But I really loved that book.
No, I haven't heard that.
It's like it's like a little mystery, like word game kind of book.
I don't know what I'm trying to do right now. Sorry, I'm holding everyone up. We'll go
I suspect it
here.
probably doesn't totally hold up completely because I think there's like an Asian couple in it, and I feel like there's probably some like covert, no, maybe not even covert. I'm sure there might be racism. I don't know. I'm a little scared to reread.
Fair enough.
You know how you're like scared to revisit some stuff from your
Yeah, yeah.
childhood? You're like, "Ooh."
But yeah, there was a time when I was sort of about between sort of 8 and 10 where I read just about anything that I could get my hands on, and despite it not being necessarily what I was really interested in, it was just something that was easily accessible. This is another series that I'm hoping you probably heard of, The Babysitter's Club. So I read.
Oh, I was obsessed. That's on my list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I read like so many of those, and it was like the Scholastic Book Fair. We had those at school, and yeah, we would stack up on all these like really, really short, really cheap sort of trade paperbacks, and I would just tear through them. Like I would read like
That's the
two in a day. It was stupid.
that's the first author I ever met. It was
Oh
Anna
really?
Martin. Yeah, I was like obsessed and like she was coming to a bookstore and so my parents took me and I was like shell shocked. I was like so silent. I was so scared because it was just like, oh my God, she's like real.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was yeah, it was a real mind-blowing moment for like third grader me, which is like, I don't know, what is that? I don't know. That's like your fourth year in school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alex saying used to read a lot. Now I struggle to. Yeah, I totally can relate to that, and that's the reason that I got into audiobooks a couple of years ago.
Audiobook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love an audiobook these days because I struggle to sit down and focus on a physical book.
Hmm. Yeah, I read a lot of audiobooks as well, which I think you already knew that, but the
Hmm.
chat doesn't.
Sure.
Hold on, I haven't given G a card yet, I don't think. So here you go, G. Yeah, audiobooks are like the only thing saving my reading right now. Yikes. But especially like if you just like put on like a chill Wingspan game, like I don't know, a multi, you can listen to an audiobook at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And I got into it because of my pottery. I just yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good if you do like artistic stuff at the same time.
Mm.
Wow, that heater is.
Yeah, it wasn't the best reroll. And then sort of year 6, 7, so I was about sort of 10, 11, 12. I got into Harry Potter and I was into that for a while. But somewhere in like late high school, I suppose I was into it for a few years, but I really just kind of naturally grew out of it, which I know a lot of people who did it and still liked it into adulthood and like sort of now struggling with the whole J.K. Rowling horrible stuff, and are feeling quite a lot of kind of grief, I suppose, like kind of grieving the kind of loss of their fantasy world because it's been
Yeah,
kind of
not
tainted
great.
by all that. But yeah, I suppose I did grow out of it and probably happy about that now because I didn't have to let go of that. But yeah, I was really into it for a while, and I would like reread those books just like over and over and over again.
They came out, I think I probably was in high school. My family was really obsessed and I resisted reading them for a long time. Um, so they're not really like part of my childhood. I
Mm,
like associate them with college. Um, wow, Alex, you have struggled with podcasts, so like audiobooks are out.
okay,
That's wow. Oh my
that's fair.
God, Deb. 2x
Two
speed.
times
Oh,
speed.
that is, I'm sorry, but that is wild.
That's nuts.
Oh,
Respect for being able to process
yeah,
that
super
quickly because I
respect, but
cannot.
like I would lose my mind.
And yeah, some people read audiobooks at sort of 1.5 or even quicker, and I really like about
I
audiobooks.
do speed it up, but not to two.
Right, no, I don't speed it up at all. I like it to
Sorry.
be at quite a slower, steady pace, especially if it's something that I'm listening to
I'm not
relax.
surprised. Yeah. Sometimes the audiobook narrators are really slow though, and I can't deal with that. It almost makes it harder to pay attention. Um, I, if somebody asked me what speed Deb listen to podcasts and audiobooks on, I probably would say 2x. So I'm 0% surprised.
Um, yeah, cool. So what sort of I mean, you might have mentioned a couple or agreed with some of mine, but what sort of books were you reading in school?
Oh, in like for school or like for fun
Oh,
during that
yeah, like the
age?
question, favorite book from grade school.
Okay. Because I have a real problem with assigned reading, so
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much
yeah.
everything I've
No,
ever
me
done
too.
in school I
Absolutely.
hated. Yeah, so the Weston game, little puzzle book. I can't vouch for it still being politically correct. Um, and then the Babysitter's Club. But then during high school, I read like a lot of like Mormon fiction,
Okay.
which is like so funny to look back on because like it wasn't good,
Yeah.
but like I was obsessed with it. So, definitely nothing we need to delve into here, but it does kind of make me sad that I didn't like spend my childhood reading anything but like Mormon literature. Like, yeah. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to get too much into my Christian grandparents that I'm kind of estranged from, but yeah, they did give me some Christian sort of novels to read when I was a kid. And
Oh
I mean,
God.
I was in the stage where I read everything. Like I would just
Yeah,
you put it in front of me, I started reading it. So I consumed a few of those, which I'm guessing might be sort of under a similar sort of vein as to what you're talking about. So I'd be
totally,
there.
totally. There, so like, sorry, not to get too far into religion, but Mormons believe that Jesus, after he died, came to like South America.
Oh,
And like,
okay.
so there's a book series where like this modern day teenager like goes back in time, like falls through like a time portal and gets to meet Jesus and stuff like that. Stuff like that. That's what I was reading. So, yikes. But you just gotta laugh at it now.
Yeah,
So,
you do. You kind of do. Oh, what have I got going on here? I have got a pretty decent wetland data analyst going by accident. So thank you, Spotted Owl.
whoa.
I should be able to find something bigger than 73 without too much trouble.
Yeah, for wetlands, for sure.
It's not too bad. We've got something happening.
Oh my God, Peach. I love Peach's Twilight fixation. So funny.
Yeah, I read Twilight. I read Twilight in my very late teens. So like I enjoyed it, but I was also old enough to know that it was really badly written, and I was like, this is like, yeah, like I'm a sappy romantic, but I'm also like, this is the writing is kind of giving me the ick a little bit. So I read them just the one time.
Yeah, it is written by a Mormon. I totally forget that. Okay, I'm just laughing because I saw Alex's comment a while back. It's about whoever uses voice messages regularly to communicate is negative 1,000 karma.
Well,
Right,
Alex,
that
I
is
need to
me,
send
Alex.
you because I'm pretty sure I've got it saved. I need to send you the voice recording I made of me recounting the mouse in my house most recently, and yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, it ran up my leg at one point, so it's a pretty entertaining story that I told immediately afterwards when I was still out of breath. So sometimes a voice note to get a story across is a very good medium.
Holy crap, G has a lot of bonus cards. Do you think if I give G the noisy miner, she'll actually play it and give us some eggs? Let's try.
I don't know. It seems a bit risky.
It does seem
Dev's got a lot going on.
live
Yeah,
on the
triple
edge.
play at the end of the last round there. That was good for the red start. The Skinner got a cash. Love that for him.
Wow, look at that skimmer go. My butcher bird just butchered. That's exciting.
um, yeah, I suppose moving around along, if we go in order, we're gonna delve into literary crushes, both childhood and adult.
Yeah, I actually had a really hard time with the adult one because I was like,
Yeah, I
I
kind
don't
of did
think
too. I suppose I just picked something from my young adult sort of phase, so it wasn't that far removed from my childhood.
I just picked an author because I was like, it's not like a romantic crush, but like I
Yeah,
would definitely want to be friends with this author.
fair enough.
So that's Madeline Miller, who wrote Circe and Achilles, Song of Achilles. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I like
Did I read
want to
Song
be
of
in her
Achilles?
brain.
Hmm.
So good.
I don't know if I've read that. It rings a bell. I've read something similar.
Let's see. All right, noise minor going to G. We'll see.
It's
We'll see
ringing
if
a
she takes
bell.
the bait. Dude, I mean, if you're, I'm not even into like mythology or anything, but those books are so good. Okay, so then elementary school crush. I feel like we gotta go Gilbert Blythe and Anne Shirley, like both of them, just very
Oh, I
charismatic
didn't even think of
characters.
that. I
That
thought about Anne of Green Gables when I was thinking about um, non-Austen classics,
Classic. Yeah.
but I'm actually not sure I read Anne of Green Gables.
Oh my God, totally worthwhile like
I
reading.
haven't read it, but of course I've seen the old series and I saw the newer one as well. Um,
There's a Rachel McAdams audiobook version.
oh, that might work. Okay, maybe I'll give that a go. By the way, my favorite non-Austen classic, I picked Little Women. So, uh,
Oh, that's a good one. What did I pick? Hold on. I picked three. So bad.
that's cute.
All right, I picked North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell,
Uh huh.
Jane Eyre, and Kindred by Octavia Butler, which is a little bit of like a modern day classic. So I'm
Okay.
cheating a little bit.
That's okay. Let's go
The
with
actress
that.
playing Alice for which movie? Oh, for for Twilight. That's so funny. She was cute.
Yeah, she's pretty
She was
cute.
really cute.
Yeah, North and South.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good adaptation too. Actually,
it is a really good adaptation.
very very good.
Richard Armitage is like, wow, that movie.
Yeah, I feel
Holy
like we need
shit.
to form a classic book club with Mrs. Scott immediately.
Totally. That's so funny. I love
Um,
it.
but yeah, childhood literary crush. I was really into the Aragon series for a while, so like, kind of
Is that the
young
dragon one?
adult fantasy. I would probably class it as written by a literal young adult. So yeah, it was a little bit.
It was written by a young adult.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know
yeah.
much
This guy was
about
kind of I don't know if it was a um like a privileged sort of situation that he got published so young, but yeah, I don't know. There's like a whole thing there. This kid was like a literal teenager when he got published, so it was alright. I enjoyed the story. It was kind of like Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings, kind of mashed together. So it was very
it. Okay, there's like
it was very,
dragons in that, right?
yeah, really
I'm not
heavily
like a
reliant
medical.
on sort of archetypes and um, kind of cookie cutter characters. But I liked what he did with it. And I was into it at the time. So there's a character in that I had a bit of a crush on. So
Okay, okay.
88% hadn't heard of the Teddy Bear's Picnic. Oh, I'm shook. I'm shook.
It must not be in
It
America
must
then.
not be an
Like I feel
American
like,
thing. Okay.
yeah, that's so funny.
It's okay. Oh, very cool that you've been to Elizabeth Gaskell's house, Scott.
Whoa, that is really cool. I'm
Very cool.
jealous.
And I went through my favourite classic non-Austen. What was yours?
North and oh wait, non-Austen still?
Yeah.
North and South Jane Eyre and Kindred.
Oh, you said that. Yeah, yeah. Jane Eyre I've read once, but I did really enjoy it. But I feel like I would need to read it again before I would call it a favourite. But it is
Yeah.
one that I thought of. That
The
particular
first
like
time I read it,
speech at the end was just it just hits you.
yeah, really beautiful. The first time I read it, I thought it was good, but I wasn't like that impressed by it. But then the second time I read it, it was on audio and it came alive. Like
Okay.
Juliet Stevenson does a really good narration of it. And like I still have this like vivid memory of painting my little brother's room like while listening to it, and it just like was like just really beautiful to listen to.
Oh, that's really sweet. All right. So we found the Raven to complete wetland data. Did that get me points in mechanical yet? Not quite. So I need a ground nest or a platform nest to finish mechanical. All right. I think
Well,
that's
you got
doable.
that. Yeah,
Well, actually, I've got another star nest, so that works.
nice.
Okay.
And then, so what's next on our list?
Uh,
Well, we've already talked about this, but what's your favorite Austen at the moment?
yeah, we sort of ranked our Austen previously, kind of behind the scenes, but yeah, it's still Persuasion, I think.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
think right
really
now
like that
mine
one.
is completely
I'm definitely
so.
into a kind of sitting around staring out a window longingly kind of a story at times. So and I like the naval elements to that one as well. So yeah, really interested in
Oh,
kind of
okay.
naval history of the time. So I thought that was cool.
That's cool. Oh shoot. Do I want to get food right now? Hold on. Ugh. Decisions, decisions.
All right, what's going on? Let's have a look. Oh, the Griffin Vulture and the Carrion Crow. Double trouble. Okay, that's
Yeah,
getting a bit
that's a
dangerous.
very worrying board right there.
What's D got going on? And we've got a white thread on one board and the red start on the other. I'm getting a few goldfinch tucks. Kind of pleased with that.
Yeah, I just did the Eagles, so you should get a.
Nice. Alright, so that'll go for that. So I need a couple more cup nests, probably. Let's dig for some stuff.
It looks like Deb might. Is Deb trying to do Falconer and Behavior?
Oh, well, that was a whole bunch of garbage. I'm not pleased with that draw. Um. Oh, I don't even have something to tuck with, so that was kind of a waste. It's an absolute plethora of garbage.
I don't know those books, Alex. I'll have to look them up. I do like the sound of Dare Steppenwolf, though. That sounds badass.
Um.
Oh no, Deb. Oh,
Aw, we feel for Deb then.
I have not seen Sanditon. Is that like a real?
Oh
I've read
yeah, no,
the
that's really
beginning
good.
of the book.
I liked what they did with that. Obviously,
Really?
they did what they could with an um,
Yeah.
unfinished novel, but yeah, I really liked it.
Okay,
Actually,
I'll
I would
check it
say,
out.
I mean, it doesn't really count because it was a character created for the series that wasn't in the unfinished book. But yeah, the final like love interest in the last season, or the second and third seasons, I had a bit of a crush on him. So
Okay, I'll watch it. I didn't even know that was really a thing, I don't think.
Yeah. What have we got next? We've got favorite non-Austen author. What do you got for me?
Also a tough question. Did you have a hard time narrowing down?
No, not at all.
No. I was like, I can't make every answer three answers. So it's rough.
Yeah, no, mine's Harry Pratchett, 100% every day of the week. So
Oh, yeah. I think I knew that.
yeah,
Yeah. Mine's Naomi Novik, or at least one of them. Because, like, some authors I really like, but I was like, okay, Madeline Miller only has two books. Like, I can't choose somebody that I've only read two books of theirs.
oh, I'm not sure that's
So,
true. Um,
I mean,
I I've heard good things about Naomi Novik's books. My dad's read them. He really likes dragons, so.
oh, I actually haven't read her Dragon
Oh,
series,
you haven't read the
but
dragon ones? Okay.
no, I need to go back because I do like all of her books. She wrote the Skullman series. She wrote a couple of standalones. I really like Spinning Silver. It's kind of like a fairy story. So
Nice.
I
Okay.
don't know. I like the way she tells stories. So I figured since I've actually read like five or six books of hers and like them all, I was like, that's a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, for sure. Do I want to play the house rent? Maybe. Don't know. Probably not worth it. Um, yeah, Terry Pratchett, 100%. Adore his writing and his humanism, and was really upset when he passed. Which is
Yeah.
why my book that made you cry is the last book that he wrote because
Oh no.
yeah, he had Alzheimer's, and you can really tell, unfortunately it's really heartbreaking, you can kind of tell that his writing wasn't quite what it used to be at the end, even though like you can tell the ideas were still there, and you kind of almost get the sense that he was so frustrated and kind of trapped within his own kind of head when his and his limitations from his
Yeah.
illness. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's really heartbreaking, and
That's tough.
yeah,
You know, it's kind
still
of
a beautiful
ironic
book in
though.
my opinion for what it is, but yeah.
I chose a book of his for the book that makes me laugh.
Oh yeah,
So
which one?
it was nice. Going Postal.
Oh yeah, nice. That's a good one. It's very funny.
I've only, I think I've only read like five or six of his so far. I'm
Yeah,
still working my way, but Going Postal for sure has been my favorite so far because it's just, it's just very dry and
yeah. Going
highly
Postal
recommend.
is a really good place to start. I think I'd probably recommend that to somebody who wanted to get into Terry Pratchett and Discworld. So
For
um,
sure.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
good
we
one.
have a Going Postal fan in the chat. Alex is
Oh,
hyped.
very cool.
I love it.
Nice. And one of my favorites, I really like the City Watch series within Discworld, but one of my favorite that is in a similar vein because it's still set in that big city, Ankh-Morpork, but I really like The Truth, which is about the newspaper and how that started
Oh,
in the
okay.
city. So that's a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I feel like I should make a list from you because I like everything I've read so far, but it's very much like one over here, one over there. Like, I don't know. It's kind of fun that you can do that, I guess.
Yeah, no, I can definitely recommend
I read the first Death series. I liked that. Or
more.
Death. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, nice. Yeah, there's a really lovely fandom for Terry Pratchett. Just lots of just really genuine people who sort of band together and really um, admire the books, obviously, but also just sort of what he stood for as well, and the inclusiveness that runs through his work. And it was actually really cool because last year they had a convention in Adelaide, and I know the organisers quite well. They have like a fan group that's quite active in Adelaide that I was more involved with in the past, but still friendly with. But they offered me the opportunity to put a market stall, to run a market stall at the convention, and my market stall did so well with my pottery that I managed to fund my Gee Whiz sort of new pottery wheel last year. So I was so grateful for the support that I
Whoa.
received from Terry Pratchett
That's
fans because
cool.
they were so lovely,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, it was really great. So always warms my cockles to think of them.
Yeah,
Mm.
it seems like a cool. I'm just on the outskirts of it. I'm sure like there's probably you could probably like go real deep on the internet, I feel like.
Yeah. So what's next? Favorite series would be the next question. I want to keep on moving. I'm not sure we're going to get through all of this, but that's right.
You should answer because I'm trying to calculate my turn
Yeah,
right
yeah, sure.
now.
Well, favorite series, Lord of the Rings. Kind of. I mean,
Okay.
there was an argument to be made for a few things, Discworld being one of them, but you didn't sort of want to keep repeating myself. But The Lord of the Rings is my favorite audiobook. I think I've mentioned before, if I'm having trouble sleeping, instead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
reaching for meds these days, I tend to put on Andy Serkis reading the first few chapters of The Fellowship of the Ring, and that something about that is just so soothing to me, and it just puts me in a peaceful place, and I tend to drop off to sleep. So, and yeah, I've read them and listened to them so many times, and recently upped the ante and read the Silmarillion and got more into the lore over the last few years. So yeah, I'd say favorite series. That's pretty well up there.
I liked the books better than the adaptations on that.
Oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
But it's not like a series I go back to like all the time. Book series, Alex series. But it can have turned into a TV series. What did I choose? Hold on. Oh, I picked the Skull Man. Naomi Novik. It's
Oh, that's cute, Peach. Yes, it is very
another
cozy soundtrack.
magical boarding school book, but it's like a very dangerous book. Like not not a dangerous book, but like the kids are actually like dying in that book like regularly, so it's not very Harry Potter. Um
Okay.
and it's also like if you read all three, it's like very much like a critique of capitalism and like just how it like churns people for like its own benefit. I don't know. It sounds grim, but it's actually really good and propelling.
Okay.
Noel likes it. Noel isn't here anymore, but Noel likes it.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'll
yeah,
have to dig through your list and uh, and fill out my Audible wish list. I think.
it's very readable, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. What
Um,
have we got there?
sorry.
Um, Favorite non-fiction. I found this kind of tough actually because although I had a real non-fiction kind of a period a few years ago, I don't read a lot of non-fiction now. And to pick a favorite was kind of weird because non-fiction isn't something I tend to reread. Um, Whereas with fiction, if I reread it lots, then it's a clear favorite. So
Yeah.
yeah, like there were sort of things that I've enjoyed, and what I've got on my list is it's The Word Detective: A Life in Words by John Simpson, which is a book about the Oxford English Dictionary and how that was sort of formed and how that kind of grew out of something
Oh,
small and
that
turned
sounds
into
good.
what it is sort of today. So I found that really fascinating, which I think says a
Yeah, that
lot
sounds
about
really
me.
good.
But yeah, I
That
really
sounds
liked that
really
one.
good.
Mm.
Oh my
And
God, played my noisy minor. My noisy minor gambit worked.
cute. It's quite late, but yeah, generally still make that
I
work because
mean,
it's
you can
70
like rack
points per
up a lot of
turn.
points on that though.
I could use some
If you,
eggs.
yeah.
Um,
Dude,
let's
the
see.
Hobbiton soundtrack is very good. I'm not like a huge Lord of the Rings person, but the soundtrack, I'm with you on that page. Also, Richard Armitage singing like Misty Mountain song kills me. It's so good.
Really good. Mm. Um,
Chills. Actual chills.
hmm for sure. And my second one on my favorite nonfiction list was one that I actually haven't finished yet. That I don't know why. I mean, it's a part of the reading a physical book roadblock. Is a biography, autobiography, I suppose you say, by Florian Gadsby, who's kind of like one of the pottery guys on YouTube. And yeah, it's just a
Oh, okay.
really fascinating guy with the sort of apprenticeships that he's done over the years and what he's learned about
So is it
pottery
like
and
is it like a memoir then kind of thing?
yeah, pretty much. So I've
Okay,
read
okay.
about a third to a half of it. So yeah, I need to pick it up again and keep going. So really enjoying
I
that.
used to read so much nonfiction, but it kind of dropped off in 2020. I feel like I need to just tell myself to I have a hard time reading books while I'm reading other books, like multiple books at the same time.
Yeah.
So I need to just like tell myself to read like listen to 10 minutes in the morning, listen to 10 minutes at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'll actually be getting through like at least like maybe 10 nonfiction books a year, which is like what I used to get. So I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, it's
That's my
good to have
goal.
goals, but also you don't want your goals to be sort of stressing you out and make it a chore. So it's sort of
No, I
a
know, but
fine
like it's
line.
something I want to do that I just like am having a mental block against. And so I
Mm.
think if I just tell myself even like 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, I think that's doable because I miss it. I miss it.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I picked
Mm.
I picked one for The Birding Crowd,
Oh yeah.
which is H is the Hawk by Helen MacDonald. It's half memoir. It's like half grief memoir because her dad dies, but also she gets a goshawk and she's like training a goshawk the whole time. So it's like very much like nature, bird focused, and also there's like a little bit of history of like some English dude that I can't remember his name, like training goshawks. So
Hmm.
I'm not really a big memoir person, but I actually chose two like half memoirs for this, so I don't know what that says about me.
Fair enough. Sorry, when you said that the part that it was about grief from that person's dad dying, I had this big grin on my face because I was just for the playback. I had a big grin on my face because I was reading Deb's comment that if you listen
You
on
weren't
two
like
times speed, imagine
laughing
how
at
many books you'd finish.
that is true. Audit, well, definitely nonfiction. I can listen to a lot faster. I usually go like 1.6. Two 2x is just too much for my brain. I can't do it, I don't think.
Okay. Do I have anything worth playing?
Um,
I don't even know.
my my other nonfiction that I chose is The Fact of the Body, and that is a little bit true crime and a little bit like memoir, like her own personal history and how they um kind of intersect a little bit.
Okay.
I will say it's a heavy read because it deals with like child molestation and child murder and stuff. So don't recommend reading that if you know, don't want something pretty grim. But it's really well written.
Cool, cool. Sorry, I was distracted by the game there for a second, trying to choose between
How dare
a
you be
bunch of
distracted by this
bad
game,
options.
this board game.
Oh, sorry. Just
No,
started
I'm
to play
kidding.
Frankie G because that seemed like a good idea. Um,
The Sound of Gravel. That's a good title.
yeah, it is a good title.
Oh. Okay, that definitely sounds like a book I'd read, even though I am a little anti-memoir sometimes. I'll check it out, Peach.
Um, yeah, I think favorite science fiction is pretty obvious for me. I was interested actually that you didn't put like favorite book like of all time because you had like favorite author. Um,
Oh,
so
it was like too hard to choose.
too
I
hard to
was like,
choose.
there's
Okay,
no way.
well, again, I easy for me because I set that in stone a while back, and I just will not like. I
What is
have the
it? Lord of the
answer,
Rings?
which is Jurassic Park.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You and my brother-in-law. I
Oh,
feel like that's
really?
my brother-in-law's favorite book. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Good taste, good taste. And the sequel, The Lost World, is really good as well, and very different from the film adaptation.
But,
Um, yeah, so it's definitely worth reading, even if you didn't necessarily think the second Jurassic Park movie was the strongest entry because the book, in my opinion, is way better. So
you're gonna hate me, but I've only seen the first Jurassic Park, and I think I've only
that's
seen it once.
okay. That's okay. It's fine. We can still be
Oh
friends.
my
I love a dinosaur movie.
God.
Um,
Yeah. I feel like
yes. Mm.
I don't know. I'm not opposed to watching it. I just haven't been in the right situation where it presented itself.
Peach. Peach, what are you
Like,
doing to me? Now you're just upsetting me.
wait, you haven't even seen the original Peach? That's so funny.
You're such a zoomer. I can't deal.
We're gonna have to have like a server movie night where we just watch Jurassic Park. Um,
Oh, Deb's
I
having
will
game
say
stability
my
issues.
favorite science fiction book that I put down is, I don't know if I could say it's like my top favorite book, but it is the book that I wish that more people would read, that like I'm constantly recommending to everyone.
Yeah, what's that?
It's called Light from Uncommon Stars,
Okay. I hadn't heard of it.
and it is it's a little bit genreless. It's definitely sci-fi. It's also fantasy. It's also kind of like absurd humor. There's like deals with the devil. There's like violin competitions. There's video game music. There's a trans main character who's really fun. There's like lesbians falling in love with lesbian aliens. There's like LA donut shops. I mean,
Okay.
it has
Sounds
everything.
like a proper romp.
Yes. And it is like really good too. Like I made my whole family read it and they all loved it. So
That's nice. Um, I suppose that would have been a good question to not to critique, because you did give me the opportunity to add things and I wasn't feeling very creative at the time. But a book that like somebody made you read that you ended up just adoring. And I suppose I have two on this list, and I have to credit my Danish ex-boyfriend who forced me to read A Game of Thrones. This is before the series came out, because I'm a real Game of Thrones hipster. Absolutely had to force me to read it, and then I was like, oh my god, this is like the best thing, and I just tore through whatever was available. And also my favorite historical fiction series that's on my list is the Last Kingdom series by Bernard Cornwell, which is about Viking colonization of the UK in like
Whoa.
the 9th century-ish. So yeah, it's a really good series, and it was made into a TV show, which was quite a good adaptation. So yeah, absolutely had to force me to read it again. So sorry, Kenneth. You were right on those two.
It's okay, Peach. It's not a Peach book. It's not about normal people having sad experiences. So
Oh dear, oh dear. It's just the amount of emojis coming from the chat is just it's a vibe. I love it.
it's a vibe. All right. Let's see. You're not tucking anything, right?
Mm.
Sweet. I'll send you a card then. I admit I have not been paying attention to other people's boards really, so.
Speaking of books that constantly recommend to people, is one that's on my favourite science fiction list below Jurassic Park, which is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula Le Guin, which probably, yeah, it probably also kind of counts a bit as litfic in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
It's just, it's so good.
I own it. I need to read it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't read any other Ursula Le Guin, like read that one. It's so good.
Okay. Maybe we'll make it a buddy read. Actually do it.
Yeah, we should. I'll read it again. I tried to join a book club once when I was really excited that they had that as their book of the week, and then
Yeah.
they went and did the classic book club thing where they didn't talk about the book, and I was really frustrated because I really wanted to talk about it, and then I just kind of left very dejected and never went back. I was like, no, you have to talk about the book. That's the whole point of a book club. Like, oh. All right, no worries, Peachy.
Hi, Peachy.
What's my plan here? My plan is to expam and clear off my golden eye and maybe draw something that's better. Nope. And yeah, last on my, like the third of three on my favourite science fiction was the Martian by Andy Weir. So yeah, made it on there for sure. And then yeah, my favourite fantasy list was also very predictable, so it kind of draws into, I mean, you can tell that I like science fiction and fantasy. Funnily enough.
Was it Lord of the Rings? Or
Yeah,
is it...
Lord of the Rings, Terry Pratchett Discworld, A Song of Ice and Fire, so Game of Thrones, and actually the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. Really like at least the first few novels of that. I think it got a bit too convoluted.
Is that fantasy?
The Dark Tower, yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about that book.
Yeah, it's a little bit kind of thrillery, horror-y fantasy, but I'd say it's fantasy.
Okay.
And I snuck in so I can talk about my favorite video game series because I'm a tragic. I snuck in Dragon Age, which has a bunch of like tie-in novels and comics and things, which is my favorite video game franchise. So
Okay. I don't know anything about that.
that's okay. I just wanted to say it.
Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a series
Yeah,
or
it's a video game series. It's like a
okay.
role an RPG sort of
Gotcha.
set it on story mode
Ooh.
and slash enemies, but I'm generally in it for the story. So,
Yeah.
Ugh. What did you have for favorite fantasy?
I put Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's told from multiple perspectives. But this girl like ends up going to like the fairy kingdom and it's kind of scary in some parts. Like scary fairies, which I enjoy scary fairies.
Yeah. Well, going back to Pratchett, Pratchett did a good young adult series that at least the first book was very like scary fairies. And he did scary fairies in a couple of Discworld books to Lords and Ladies, I think,
Ooh,
which
that
is in
sounds
his kind
fun.
of witches arc. So, um,
Yeah, Deb asks if I've read or if I've written fanfic, and I will say I have. Not off of books though. I was really big into the Lizzie Bennett diaries.
how cute.
So kind of Pride and Prejudice
Yeah,
based.
I've written
I
fanfic,
think
but
that's a
I
good
would be way
review.
too embarrassed to
Yeah,
share it.
yeah. Only like a couple. Writing is just really hard, so
Writing
it's
is
not a
hard.
hobby of mine. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Historical fiction. You're big into historical fiction, like way more than me, I think.
Oh yeah, I am. What did I have for that? Oh, well, I had what I mentioned before, which is the Last Kingdom series, by Bernard Cornwell, and that book that
Oh,
I
so it's
made you
fantasy
read.
and
Yeah, that
historical
book that I
fiction.
made you read, which was the Benevolent Society of Ill-Mannered Ladies,
Yeah, I
by
like that a
Alison
lot.
Goodman, and I had that also under my book that surprised me because I really picked up that book and did not expect much from it, and it really grabbed me, and I really enjoyed it. So, in recent
Yeah, the cover
memories,
makes it look like just kind of like a regular run-of-the-mill like historical fiction romance, which I'm not really into that. I like a romance, but it's got to be contemporary and usually queer.
mm.
And so I was like, I don't know. But it was really good. I was very surprised by it as well.
Oh, good.
Um, yeah. I think the like mystery slash adventure part of it helps because
Yeah,
like
yeah. So looking forward to a sequel for that one. Um, keep
yeah,
my
me
eyes
too.
peeled for sure. Um, so yeah, if we move on to litfic, Ducks Usually Lie will be very pleased to know that I put Demon Copperhead on there. I
Fun.
struggle sometimes to define retrospectively what I've read as litfic, so I had to have a think about it.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like so many genres cross these days that
yeah,
it's
so
nebulous.
the other one that I put on there, which I've actually only read once, but I lent it to a friend of mine when I was doing my post grad, and I normally lend a book not expecting a book to come back, and that's fine. But this one I was annoyed that it didn't come back because I wanted to read it again, which is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Um,
Yeah, I really like that book too.
yeah, really beautifully written and really stuck with me. So I need to perhaps get another copy or the audiobook. That would be a good way to, yeah, obviously an
Did
audiobook.
you watch the Did you watch the series? That was pretty
I
good.
haven't. Have you? Was it any good?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It's definitely worth watching.
All right.
It's a
So
little
I
bit
need to.
different, but I thought that the changes they made were good. So
Okay. Do I want to? Do I want
I agree,
to?
Alex. The terminology is
gamble an egg
difficult.
on the hope that I might get something better than this lyrebird as a cup nest or a star nest to finish my wildlife gardener. Um,
So the library, that's like 5 points.
it's 5 points. So it'll get me another. So it'll be a 7 point play. Hey, will it? Seven. It'll be a 6 point play, which isn't the best. I mean, I'd rather have a Baltimore Oriole, but who wouldn't? Um, I haven't looked at what else is going on for a while. Because I'd feel really stupid if
How did
somebody
you
else had
read the
already played
same
the
book?
Baltimore Oriole. Ooh,
I
I
feel
did
like
see your eagle go down way back when. You got a lot of big boys.
I feel like if you hang out in book circles, people just recommend a lot of the same books. So it's I feel like that's how you end up reading the same things.
And I mean, our taste differs in some ways, but I think it also converges in a lot of ways as well. So, um,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, let's gamble. I'm feeling gambly. Not worth it. All right, regrets.
And
Um,
also, I get a lot of recommendations from people I know. So like as soon as like Jenna and I start talking about books, then suddenly I'm reading books that she's talking about. So it's like a self-propelling cycle.
yeah, kind of. We're kind of your own book algorithm, I suppose. The people that you talk to about books.
Yeah.
I suppose speaking of recommendations, when you had favorite romance, because I read so much historical romance, I sort of took that question and twisted into like favorite modern romance because I haven't read much of that, but there was one that stuck with me that was very sweet, which was The Flat Chair by Beth O'Leary.
Oh, I like that one too. I've read
Yeah,
that.
and it had a really cute adaptation too with what's her name from Downton Abbey? What is her name?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sybil, I think. Or
Yeah, Sybil's the character's name.
I don't know her real name for
It's
sure.
okay. The
There's
Flat
one named
Chair
me.
TV show.
I have to look that up there.
Her name Jessica Brown. That's right, Jessica Brown. Jessica Brown Finley. And
Oh, is that the Britney? Are you talking about the Britney Spears memoir, Jay?
um,
I heard it was good, but I haven't read it.
okay, all right. I think I did hear that was good as well.
I'm not sure I'm ready, like emotionally, to read that though.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
seems like it's gonna be a tough read.
So yeah, The Flat Chair. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it's probably only one of maybe half a dozen kind of more modern sort of romances that I've read. Definitely into my historical romance.
I feel like the flat share, just like the premise of it was like, I mean, it gets into some like dark stuff, like her ex who's like abusive, but
Yeah,
just the fact that they share an apartment, but during different times of the day, I thought that was kind of like
yeah, it was a
novel and
cool concept that's something that you hadn't necessarily sort of seen a million times before. So yeah, that was a cool
yeah,
one.
for sure.
What did you have down for
Um,
romance?
let's see, what do I have down? Shoot, I've lost my place. It was a fantasy book, a fantasy romance. Hold on. What number is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which is kind of this like this woman moves to New York City and she meets this woman on the subway and it turns out that person has been like in a time loop for a while and so like they have to figure out how to get the woman on the subway out
Okay,
or to be able to stay in the time. It's been a while since I read it, so the details are a little fuzzy,
sure.
but it's kind of like a fun little modern day fantasy time loop story.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fun.
Okay, I'll have to look that one up too. I just need I need to be pushed out of my comfort zone. Otherwise, I'll just reread. And I was like that as a
I
kid as
mean,
well. Even when I was in my reading voraciously and reading anything, I was still very much a rereader, and I always have been. So
I feel like also too, like you can just try a book and if it doesn't feel right, you can just drop it. It doesn't I
yeah.
don't know. I quit books all the time within like a half an hour of reading.
No, Deb, I haven't read Night Circus. What's that one about?
I have read The Night Circus.
Oh
It's
yeah.
about two magicians like choose their proteges and like they're raised to like it's like a competition, but I think the proteges don't know it's a competition. It's been a while, Deb, so like correct me if I'm wrong. But the whole thing is that they like create like a night circus to like basically have the competition. And it just like the whole thing is like the night circus just appears like randomly with like no warning. And it's very what's the word? It just makes you feel like you've been transported when you read that book. It's really good.
Okay.
A little bit of a romance because the proteges I think fall in love. Um, and there's some like really fun side characters I remember.
All right. Well, a double recommendation definitely could sway me. You
Okay,
supposedly
yeah, I couldn't remember if it was to the death or not, but it doesn't
that feels a bit
feel
Squid
like
Game to me.
yeah, it doesn't feel like they're I don't know. I think because they don't necessarily know that they're fighting each other or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a very fun read. It's not like Squid Games. I need to
Um,
reread that because it's been maybe like a decade. So like
oh
I'm very
yeah.
fuzzy. All I remember is just like red, white, and black like circus imagery.
Yeah, I just realised I should have cleared an egg off the nightingale, not the Clark's grave, because of the fairy wren. Just
Oh
too distracting.
no.
I always do this, and I always hide behind my "it's 2:30 a.m." excuse. I mean, it is.
I mean, I feel like little mistakes like that are so like wingspan though. Like
Yeah, especially when like
it's
I'm,
really
I'm
hard
probably
to
only gonna
play
make
like a
like
person.
103 points or something off a no go round one, which is
Oh
not a good game.
no.
So
I actually am having like a pretty good game, surprisingly,
okay,
because usually I can't play and talk at the same time.
fair enough. Yes, I enjoy your the trio of big boys.
Yeah, I've got some big boys going on for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's lame to blame the deck, but I did draw a fair bit and did not find a lot of good stuff.
Wait, why am I a troll dev? Because I said I wasn't gonna play well, and then I'm playing well. Where's my which bird? What are we talking about?
Did you just play a bird?
No,
That snowy egret is interesting. It's
snowy
for
egret.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't think it's a platform builder. Fishery, I guess, maybe? If she plays another?
Yeah, it's gotta be fishery because I have platform and falconer.
Right.
So,
Okay.
oh, the avid avid. Sorry, I did. I forgot.
Avid.
It was just the lowest point bird I had in my hand, Deb. It wasn't personal.
Fair. Maybe Prairie Manager, the dad, possibly.
Oh yeah, that does look very prairie manager. It still looks pretty behaviorist to me too.
Mm.
It's like a 6 point behaviorist.
A
Okay,
trumpetification
so we
public.
covered the
Okay.
book that made you cry and the book that made me laugh, but what made you laugh and what made me cry?
Well, what made me laugh? I suppose most recently. I mean, a lot of Pratchett does, but I put Murderbot, And
Oh yeah,
I also put it's really weird,
funny.
but the Jack Reacher series makes me laugh a lot. Like something about the way Lee Child phrases certain things just makes me chuckle when I'm listening to it. So it's possibly the narrator, because the audiobook narrator has been pretty much the same throughout the whole series. Because I've listened to a lot of Jack Reacher novels now over the last couple of years, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, something about those books. Quite often, I'll just be chuckling, and it's not like every single page. It's like maybe once every 2 or 3 chapters. But yeah, I don't know. That came to mind because it's a bit of a weird one. Like he,
Remind me what that's about. Is it like a private
yeah,
investigator? Is
he's
that
like
that?
a bit of a. He's an ex-military kind of vigilante, kind of solving people's problems and basically doing a. I mean, he's intelligent as well, so it's clever in how he strategizes things out. But he's also like gigantic and muscly, and just kind of pushes his way into things. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's weird because it's not something I would have foreseen me getting into. But I really liked the TV series, and it got me into the books. And yeah, I really like them. They're easy to digest, and they can be quite formulaic. So I go for that
Sometimes that's
sometimes.
comforting now. I like a good mystery for that, which actually kind of ties into Scott's comment. He tried to do a read through of Thursday Murder Club, but you kept. Oh, so like on stream. Wait, you were laughing too much because the book was funny, or because you thought the book was bad, or because people on Discord were making jokes? I actually read the Thursday Murder Club earlier this year. It was pretty good. I'm excited for the adaptation. I think it'll probably be better than the book.
Yeah, I bought that book and I have it, but I never finished it. Um, I I have this habit of buying something for a trip and reading it on the trip, but then I get home and I don't finish it.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that
So
for
that
sure.
was one that I don't even know
Then
where
you're
I.
suddenly not in the mood for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of lost that
Okay,
one.
that's
But if
good
you tell me
talk.
it's
'Cause
good, maybe I'll revisit. Maybe I'll get the audiobook.
I thought it was good with reservations. It's very much like a first book in a series,
Oh,
so
okay, right.
I feel like the sequels are probably better because you like know the characters and you're like familiar with the setting, so it just kind of bumps up the enjoyment probably.
Fair enough. Um,
But I mean, it was good enough that I probably will read the sequels at some point. So,
hmm. Just sort of another one that makes me laugh is I quite like Douglas Adams, obviously in a not dissimilar to Terry Pratchett kind of a way. So I quite like his. I mean, I don't hate his Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy stuff, but I really like his Dirk Gently books,
oh, okay.
which is like his comedy detective series. So yeah, his audiobooks are narrated by the Dirk Gently ones are narrated by Stephen Mangan, who's a British actor I really like. So definitely, I mean, one of your questions was favorite audiobook narrator, and I should have put him on there. I didn't think of that actually, but definitely would make my list. And I do have favorites that I sort of seek out in terms of narrators, and I definitely didn't initially, but I'm getting into that frame of mind, thinking I've enjoyed this book and I've enjoyed this book, and what did I enjoy? Was it necessarily the book itself, or was it perhaps the performance of the narrator, which
Hmm.
can make a big difference?
I agree.
So,
One of my the person I have for my favorite narrator, Deb is like right on track with us, is Joe Jameson, who narrated Boyfriend Material, which is like a funny modern day gay romance, and he's like this son of a washed up like rock star kind of guy,
okay.
and so he's like in the tabloids, but like not for himself. And then he like works this like job doing fundraising for like a bug nonprofit, like that studies like some kind of beetle or something. And so like his job basically tells him that he needs to start being respectable. And so he like gets like a fake boyfriend. It's really funny.
Okay.
And like the narrator is so good, like elevates it so much. And he also like one of his coworkers is Welsh, so he's always doing this Welsh accent, which is I don't know, the Welsh accent is hilarious. So it's very charming.
That's cute.
He's really good. Yeah.
Oh, Deb with the caches. Oh, I did a bit better than I thought I would. Okay. Yeah, me saying I made 103 and I
Ooh,
make 15, also more than that.
38 caches. Oh my God,
Yeah, that's a lot of
Deb.
caches. All right, what do we got?
Yeah, I knew that board was gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, that's so many caches. Right. If only they were tucks and they fed my goldfinch.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, what was your kiwi play at the end? Oh, you got yeah,
Passerine.
passerine, nice, and just one off an enclosure.
Enclosure.
Nice job
Yeah,
with the bonuses.
thank
Um,
you.
Very nice. I always feel like Noddy should be a predator.
I know.
Mm.
It doesn't. I did get the option of what's the one, the
Oh, we were
bird
right on
counter?
fishery and prairie manager on Deb's bird, Deb's book.
Oh, nice.
Go us. Some disappointing ones on G's board. Bad luck there. Oh, Fitty she maxed, but nest box for 0. Citizen scientist
Oh,
you
she
never
had
like to
so
see,
many.
and
I was like pretty afraid because she had so many
just the 2
bonuses.
point food web. My bonus cards were good, but I probably went a little bit out of my way for some of them. But I wasn't drawing anything better, so if all else fails, get your points where you can.
Yeah, I mean, you maxed them.
Yeah,
My
GG's.
wingspan won't let me click over to other people's boards, so I'm glad you
Yeah,
went
I've got
through
a
it.
visual bug now as well. So, oh dear, oh dear. That's okay. 117.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
here we go. We're back. We're back. So just the 1 point win by Deb. Well done. GG's.
Yeah, well done, Deb. GG. That was a fun game.
I feel like I got hustled. She was assuring us that our board wasn't as good as it
I
seemed.
know. Oh, this board is terrible. I'm doing so badly. It's
Oh
deceptive. It
dear.
never is. Those falconer type
Oh,
cachers are
they steamroll.
really,
They do. They snowball. For
yeah.
sure. So I think we covered most of our interesting answers,
Yeah.
unless you had anything else you wanted to cap off with.
No, I'll probably like drop the rest as a comment under this video. Because I think there were like a few more, but I don't know which ones they were at the moment.
Um, I'm just going at Deb. that's not that's not gonna work. I feel like we should set it up so that at Deb works.
Yeah, totally.
Someone needs to do a mod ticket for that.
At mod, please. No, oh my God,
Please
can you
make at
imagine?
Deb a thing. Make it a role and just have only Deb in that
Just
role.
put it in the server suggestions.
Yeah,
Like,
basically. And then Deb can change her user as much as she likes, and we can still tag her with ease.
okay, people watching this in the future, I'm totally serious. You should drop in the comments what your favorites are because I wanna get your recommendations.
Yes.
So
The questions are in the stream description, so you can either do it in full or just pick the most interesting ones that you have answers to, or if you very vehemently disagree with anything that we've said about our opinions, feel free to keep that to yourself. or
no, I mean I'd love to
or
hear.
tell us. No,
I
you can
I
tell
want to
us.
hear
It's
from all
fine.
the my Oxford
I won't
year
get
lovers.
defensive much.
All right,
But
good
yeah, no, we
hang, good
like
hang,
talking
guys.
books, and that was a lot of fun. And I definitely am less bookish than I used to be, but audiobooks have definitely massively helped me over the last few years to get back into it. So
Yeah, for sure.
And it's funny because I share my Audible account with Ben, and so whenever I buy something on Audible, he gets a notification. So it's a very funny system where it'll be like 3 a.m. and he'll wake up in the morning to like several, like, Jenna's bought 3 more credits and she's bought the next 3 in this series that she's reading, and he'll be like, oh god, okay.
Oh, that's funny.
So that's fun. Yeah. No, that was good. All right. Well, yeah, it's definitely past pumpkin time for me, so I need to get to bed. But thank you very much, Hen. And thank you to the chat. And yeah, thank you to Deb and That for playing as well. That was good. Good game. And yeah, I'll see everyone again soon. Actually, quickly looking ahead, let me have a look what we've got coming up next. I believe we've got Giraffe next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
I'll
my
think more
Monday.
to live before I shut down the computer. But we've got Giraffe coming up next week, and we've got Aqua coming up after that, and then we've got Groove, and we've got Grains of. So that's sort of what the rest of August is looking like. So some big names there, some sort of heavy hitters around the service. So it'll be very interesting to have a chat with them. But yeah, that'll be fun. And yeah, thank you everybody. And it was an absolute pleasure to have Hen back always. And see you guys soon. Alrighty, bye.
Ciao.